What's up, guys? Oh, okay. Let's get into today's video. I've been working on several fall DIY projects for you guys. It's been very hard, I want to say, to come up with boho themed fall decor. But I do think I want to say that I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. And I think you guys are really gonna love the pieces I came up with, and may even recreate your own. For this project, you're gonna need to get the pack of acorns I had got from Hobby Lobby. It was like $3.99, 40% off of that. You get 16 in a bag. And then I'm obviously just taking my drill and the smallest drill bit I have, and I'm drilling a hole into the acorn. I do want to point out, this was pretty tricky because you don't want to break the wood, so you gotta go very slow. When I started drilling, I had to start at one angle and then slowly move the drill so that it was able to go straight through like this. And this is a closer look on where the hole is drilled through the top of the acorn. So you can see there's very little wood on the top. So now I'm taking some string. This is from Dollar Tree, just the normal cotton twine. Leftover beads that I got from Michael's a while ago. I'm taking the largest bead that was in this pack, putting 5 on, then 1 acorn, and then I do 5 more. Alright then, at the very end I end up adding 5 more of the beads on each end of the smaller bead, and tied a little loop, and here we have some acorn garland. And this is very customizable. You can paint it whatever color you want. I picked up one of these, I think you guys remember in one of my haul videos here. I had 2 different ones. This is from Hobby Lobby. I got them pretty cheap. They're like tabletop pieces. So what I plan on doing is making a cute little pillow out of it. To match this green color, I found this in my stash. It's just like the green burlap. So I have this hemp burlap, and it's this really pretty like soft gray green color that kind of goes with this color. I really like these colors for fall decor. I think that's gonna look really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this together. Alright, so I'm back with it all stuffed, and now I'm just gluing shut the middle section. And how I'm doing that is by pushing in, you know, the stuffing. Make sure that my edge is folded under, and I'm putting the hot glue on the side I don't need folded under. And I'm just going to stick the glue gun down in there, make sure the glue gets down in there. And then I'm going to pull this like that. And like periodically pinch. We don't want to hold it very tight because we don't want the glue to burn us. And if you have those clamps from Dollar Tree, you could just go ahead and clamp it on. Once it dries, see how that is sucked in because it's glued to this. We want to lightly pull that out. Alright, that gives a nice finished look. And then I'm going to actually push the stuffing down. Make sure it's all kind of even and there's no weird bumps or anything like that. Overall, it's pretty soft. It's not as like itchy or anything like that like burlap normally is. It's pretty soft burlap. And here is the front. I think it looks so good as a pillow. I'm so glad I went with this color to bring in this color because they almost kind of match. But I think this is a really good, nice throw pillow for fall. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you how I'm gonna do this little pumpkin. First, paint the pumpkin the color I want. You can choose whatever color you want for this project. So this pumpkin here is gonna be this really pretty deep maroon color that I just really wanna see in my fall collection this year, so maroon as I want it. So I am gonna be adding this blue, pretty color. So I'm not sure how much blue I'm gonna need. So I start off with a little bit of blue and just slowly mix it in. It took it to this deep, deep level that I'm loving. This is so pretty. I'm gonna open this color. This is called Green Moss. I'm also gonna be adding this light chalkboard, this light gray, and it's chalkboard paint, I guess. And then I'm gonna lighten this up even more by adding some white. I think these ones were from Target. Then I had like a little pack of 3 from Dollar Tree. I think this one was from Dollar Tree. So I just like painted them, and I didn't like go all into depth on each color or anything like that. But basically you just mix up whatever color you're going for and then add tons of gray, and that will tone down your color, make it more muted. And I'm loving these colors. I think they look good. And I did like a copper just because this one was loaded with sparkles. I just went ahead and painted the copper straight over the sparkles, and it gives this really unique striped look. It looks like there's texture and then it's smooth. So I thought that would look pretty cool. There is like some paper towel pieces on the bottoms of them, but I'm not that worried about them. So I have all different colors. This one was already this color. I just left it because I really liked it. And then this one, all I did was take some white paint and I smeared it all over it and then used my hand to like kind of rub it off. That way it gives it this chalky look. I thought it looked kind of cool. Almost like there was something like growing on it. It's like mildew or something like that. I don't know. I just thought the overall look looked really neat. Here's another one that I painted, which you guys saw me mix up the colors for. I was gonna do a really pretty white, like Aztec or tribal design on the pumpkin. I thought would look really cool going down right here, like with triangles, maybe arrows and lines. But I overall kind of really like it plain, and I don't really want to distract from the pumpkin. So I don't know. I may end up doing like maybe a line, just like one simple line of arrows or something like that. Not too sure. Here's another color I had made with that one. And this was a Dollar Tree pumpkin, a ceramic one that I also painted. I used some copper with some blue. This one's just a really pretty soft mint color. This one is like this orangey peachy tone. It's so pretty. And I went ahead and added a stick because the stem fell off. And I added this like cotton from Dollar Tree just in a circle around it, just to give like that handmade boho feel that I'm really trying to achieve with fall here. This one also I did different colors. You can see like the darker blue with the lighter, almost trying to make it look realistic here. I'm not sure. And then we took some twine around a stick, glued it on there, and I made a little tassel for this one. And this one also added a stick in there and some twine just around every single like groove area, I guess. And that turned out really nice. I really, really, really like this one. It's sitting on, okay, there we go. Yeah, I like how I angled the stick as well. I think that looks very nice. And then this pumpkin, I painted like the soft pink. There's some gray in there to give it a very soft, muted pink. And then I just added a little stick with some twine around it. So this project's pretty simple. You're gonna need some wood beads. Okay, we got our beads. And then I have some wire here. And we're gonna actually string on. So on the wire, I end up putting 5 smaller beads. And then I'm gonna move on to putting 5 of the medium size. And then we'll just keep on moving on until we're gonna put 3 of the larger size of the bead. And I got these beads from Michael's. They were on clearance for $4 for a whole big pack of them. Then you're gonna move on to putting 5 and then 5 again, like medium and then small. So it's gonna look something like this. We're gonna create 10 of these, and I'm making sure I put a little hook on the end so the beads don't fall off the wire. So I got my 10 pieces right here. So I'm actually now gonna cut out another piece of wire, approximately 8 inches long. I'm gonna start by putting on a smaller bead. So I have 1 small bead, on my wire. So this is gonna actually serve as the top where it's gonna connect all of our pieces together. So I'm grabbing 1 of the strands we had just made, and I'm taking that piece of wire on the top, and I'm just gonna bend it. My bead just fell off. I'm just gonna bend it around, just like this. Okay, I'm just showing you, I have 2 strands on there. So I just took the little wire pliers here, and I bent the wire clear around our main wire here, the top wire. Then I added on a bead, then I added another row. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a bead, and then another row, and so forth until this thing is full. I got the 10 strands on my main strand here. At the very end, I added a little bead right here. What I'm gonna do is put this wire over here through that bead, and then I'm gonna pull these pieces together. Ouch. Okay, if you can see what I'm doing. So I'm pulling that side over to the other side, and it's gonna create a little circle. That is gonna be the top of our pumpkin. Okay, so I just attached the wire on one side and the wire, you know what I mean, on the other side. So here is that middle bead, and then the wires on each side of these pieces, just to really hold it in. And here's the little round part. Then I have all these little legs, whatever you want to call them, the little creases that make up the pumpkin. So I'm going to go through and shape them. Basically, we're going to do the same exact thing that we just did on the top, except I'm going to use larger beads on the bottom. That will create just a little bit of a wider circle on the bottom, and it'll kind of help it sit up a little bit better when we get it all unfolded and everything. I'm going to be attempting to make a wreath like this. I wanted to go ahead and show you how I'm going to do this method. I'm going to be cutting up my mint. They're like super long stems, and that's like what we're looking for. This will take about 2 to 3 weeks for the pieces to dry out completely. Get down in here and snip it to the base. And this is what we're looking for. Harvesting the mint. Obviously you can keep the mint. Tall stem, and it's slightly bendable. I'm actually just gonna cut all these pieces off, have it so it's like a bare stick. The other pieces here, I'm actually gonna dry them out. I'm just gonna hang them upside down like this and let them dehydrate in a cool, dark space upside down. I'm gonna use this in some floral pieces. So I'm gonna show you an easier, faster way that you can get these done in no time. So you're just gonna grab the top of your mint, and then you're gonna slide your fingers down the entire stem, and all of the pieces will come right off, just like that. I'm actually taking this, I cut this from the top side of a Dollar Tree basket. So it's just like the first notch down, so you have like a little bit poking through. And this is gonna help us keep our sticks in place while we put our wreath and everything, while we start to wrap it. So this is super handy. It's not as sturdy, like these can bend pretty easily. We're gonna need something like this, and then we are also gonna need some kind of twine, something that maybe you want it to blend in with when it dries. It will dry like a brown color. I, however, am gonna be decorating my piece, so I don't mind using just the twine. So I cut the twine about 13 inches long, and I cut 5 strands, and I placed them in about 5 areas. You can do more areas if you feel the need to, but the main purpose of this, you want them pretty even, spread around in the circle. This is going to be what ties our sticks together and holds everything together, is the twine. I wanted to quickly show you that if your pieces dry out and are brown, you are still able to bend them. However, they can snap if you bend them too far. You can actually still use the brown ones in your piece. Like this is probably okay. So what I'm going to do is start it off by, we're tucking one side in so it doesn't go anywhere. And then all we're going to do is like weave it randomly in and out of these pieces. Just like that. And you want to push it down as far as it can go. This can probably just stay in here somewhere. So here's a green piece that's a lot more flexible. And again, we're just randomly weaving this in and out. There's no right or wrong to this part, because when it's all said and done, we're going to be taking this off and basically tying our strings around everything. So now we are actually going to be taking these pieces and we're going to tie a knot all the way around before we start to pop this off. We can pull this up off. So we're going to tie these pretty tight. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Okay, so here's our sticks tied together. And I can tell you right now, right here, they're popping outwards. So I'm going to need to tie another piece of twine like right in here. So we'll just slip this in here. And then you can actually add to this by going through with the stick, like, or, you know, probably a green one because it's more bendy. But you'd poke your piece in, then you would follow like this and start, you obviously want to use a green one. You'd start to wrap around the wreath and tuck this probably will break because it's, you know, dehydrated. And you'll wrap it like this around the wreath, all the way around. And your wreath will be nice and full. Hey guys, I wanted to show you what my wreath is looking like so far. It's actually a lot bigger. It's probably double in size now. And it looks a bit more round. So literally, like I said, what I was doing to make it bigger and thicker, you literally just poke in some of your sticks and go along with the curve, and then poke the other end somewhere else randomly. And you just keep going, adding on the outside, in the inside, like I guess inside, and then obviously a couple in the middle that you want to start kind of wrapping around itself and everything. Once you get a good amount, then you can go ahead and I went ahead and just placed as many as I could in here, and then I took some green and I really wrapped that around pretty tightly like I did with the previous. You can see in the inside where that skinnier piece was wrapped. And I tried to space out this one just with bigger spacing, so when it dries overall it would look not as noticeable. You can go ahead from here and start decorating your wreath. And here's the finished wreath.